terms are weighted like the rogue unit at SARS. The rogue unit. The rogue unit at SARS. And you know what the rogue unit was? It was a bunch of accountants. Still so scary. Rogue accountants. What they do, credit, debit aggressively. Rogue accountants. What do? Get drunk on the weekends and then gang audit someone. And the real reason, when the story actually breaks the details, is always something innocuous, you know. And you know what the big rogue unit issue was? It was an early retirement issue. That's it, an early retirement issue. Apparently, former Finance Minister Pravin Gordhan was involved. This guy called Ivan Pillay and Oupa Magashula. Pravin Gordhan, Ivan Pillay, and Oupa Magashula. And Ivan Pillay took early retirement, which was weird, because the guy called Oupa was still working. Shouldn't Oupa have taken the retirement? And then Zuma withdrew his interdict application for the state capture report. He withdrew it, and that was very unusual, because Zuma's not known for pulling out. We didn't expect this. And at the center of all of this, former Finance Minister Pravin Gordhan was very similar to me in that he studied to be the Minister of Finance, or qualified to be the Minister of Finance by studying something else. Like, he qualified to be the Minister of Finance by studying to be a pharmacist. Do you guys know this? He's a pharmacist. How did he become the Minister of Finance? His only fiscal experience is counting pills. Like, He does look like a pharmacist, though. You've seen Uncle Pravin. He looks like a pharmacist from Mayfair, proper. Can you imagine him in one of those tight white coats, you know, with the short sleeves, hairy forearms, chest hair sticking out like that. Sometimes you see the shape of the nipple underneath the name tag. Yeah, go pay in the front over there. Go pay in the front. And I want to know, how did they know he'd make an amazing finance minister? How did they know? You know? Because I was watching a budget speech of his last year, and I was thinking to myself, did he used to deliver his prescriptions like a budget speech? And people noticed the potential? Like, he was standing in the pharmacy, I've got a prescription here for sildenafil citrate, commonly known as Viagra, to be given 100 milligrams PRN. Should cause strong growth over the next period. Sustained inflation, capped at 4 hours. Now, Viagra is experiencing stiff competition from Cialis and Levitra. But the stimulus package should actually stimulate your package to cause your private equity to grow and firm up in the short, the medium, and the long term. Just remember, it's not the size of the term that matters. It's rather the motion of confidence in the growth strategy. How did I know? And people wanted to get Pravin out, eh? First person who tried was state prosecutor, Sean Abrams. And he came out there, yeah. People weren't even listening to him. They were just focusing on his eyebrows. Do you see those things? Thick, bro. Thick. Almost like hairy worms made their way. Thick, bro. Like the bristles of a hand broom. Proper thick. People wonder he's going to clean up the country with his face. And the guy who saved Pravin Gordhan was actually a SARS agent called Flock Symington, because he was involved in a scandal where he claimed he was kidnapped by the Hawks. I mean the police. I don't mean, No. He was kidnapped by the Hawks. And I think he exaggerated, he overreacted, because he was actually interrogated, but he said he was kidnapped. But he was kidnapped in his own office during normal working hours. Everybody around at SARS. And he even phoned in to complain about the kidnapping to the police, about the police. You know, and he was very emotional on the video. He was like, excuse me, I'm being held against my will. Excuse me, sir, why can't I leave? I'm being held against my will. His lip was quivering. Excuse me, why can't I leave? I'm being held against my will. He was so cute, man. So lunas, so punankis. I almost understood how they held him against his will. He was so cute, I would have held him against his will. Pinched his cheeks. Yo, Smee, Riaad, you're holding me against my will? I'm not Mashallah, Riaad. No, Smee. I love that guy so much. I want to have him on one of the SARS messaging services. You know, you phone into SARS. Excuse me, you have reached SARS? All our agents are currently busy at the moment, but if you call back within hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, I'll be here and being held against my will. And please call back, for flock's sake, please call back. They make the rogue unit sound like a negative version of the A-team. Like you need a prelude or a preamble like the A-team for the rogue unit. Like, in 2016, a rogue revenue unit was threatened with prison by a kangaroo court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly filed a countersuit to appease the markets and stabilize the rand. Today, still wanted by certain factions of the government, they survive as agents to curtail the Gupta's fortune. If you need help, and no one else can help. And if you're willing to phone SARS between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, maybe you can hire the rogue unit. You don't want Zuma to infiltrate that message, eh? Phone into SARS. You have reached SARS. All our agents are currently busy, but your call is important to us. Important. Personally, I don't have that problem. You are number 7,100. You are number 7,000. Listen properly. You are very far from the front of the queue.